From the Magic Junk Drawer, and today we're going to start with the Auras book. So, this book is called How to Balance and Cleanse Your Energy by Hamraz Asen. You know that I'm probably not pronouncing that right. But anyway, this is what the back of the book says. Everyone and everything has an aura, a subtle body that surrounds the physical one. Learning how to cleanse your aura and that of your environment will enable you to enjoy a healthy, happy, and balanced life. Here you'll find techniques and meditations that will permit you to see your aura and that of others. Using both Western and Eastern ideas about the energetic world around us, you'll discover how to strengthen and protect yourself from psychic attack, attract wonderful outcomes to yourself, communicate with animals, plants, the world around you, but by working with your auric body, you can hone your powers of psychic sight and train your intuition to operate at full power. Sounds pretty good. All right, let's see what it says. So, we'll do the introduction. Let's read through the introduction. Okay. When I wrote my novel, Kabuki the Djinn, I drew on certain meditative practices that I had engaged in for several years. Those practices had over time enabled me to explore the energies in the human body look and feel like. I used that knowledge to write about invisible forces that are housed within each of us. This is the closest that I could get to describing what I saw within the human being's energy body. Such vibrant colors, so much happening all at once, light dancing, snaking, leaping, bursts of energy, and rivers of light everywhere. The description attempts to introduce the reader into the dynamic and wondrous body of light that lives inside our dense physical body. It is usually not possible to see that energy with the naked eye. However, as I hope to show you in this book, you'll regularly sense these energies, even if you have never seen them. For example, if you have never met someone and has taken an instant dislike to them before they've said or done anything, that happens. I remember one time there was a woman in the locker room at the gym. This was years ago. And I was like, I just don't like this woman. She didn't say anything to me. She didn't do anything to me. But there was something that I was like, I just don't like this woman. And I do believe that. You can sense things like that. Conversely, have you ever met someone and known within seconds that you'll get along? Yes, that's happened. Have you ever entered a house and felt like it was unwelcoming, or one where you immediately felt at home and never wanted to leave? Absolutely. These are all examples of your energy body giving you feedback on the people that you meet and the places that you enter. It's like if you've ever walked into a room where two people have had a fight and you can feel the tension in the air even though you didn't hear the argument. I think we've all experienced that. The idea of invisible energy has been with us since time immemorial. For example, we know that prehistoric peoples used musical instruments and their own voices in ceremonies intended to help with the uncertainties of human life. These sounds, unlike music for entertainment purposes, were designed to activate the manifestation powers of the vibrational body. Since these were pre-literate societies, it's impossible to say for sure if the modern understanding of the energy body, popular in spiritual circles, was the same for those early people. However, in calling for help from unseen forces by spirits or gods, our ancestors were stepping into the realm of energy, hidden from sight, but definitely there. There's a picture of this guy dancing here. And it says, a devotee dances at a shrine in Lahore, Pakistan, of Sufi Saint Shah Madhu La Hussein. His fingers indicate that he is becoming one with divine energy within the trance dance. The tradition I follow, that of Sufism, I'm probably not saying that right, believes that we experience the divine energy when our energy body is in alignment with the vibrational force of the universe. This can be achieved by chanting the 99 names of God. It can also be achieved through dance, such as whirling dervishes of Turkey or Damo trance dance, practice of the devotees of Sufi shrines in the Indian subcontinent. For a person not following a particular tradition, meditation can also give rise to the same benefits of vibrational entertainment with divine energy. In this book, you will find an understanding of your energetic structure, how to ensure that it's functioning at its optimal level, and how you can begin to understand the auras of those around you. This will help you in many practical ways in your daily life. It can ensure that you attract the best people and the best outcomes to you. It can help you decide whether you should work with a particular client or if you should walk away from the project. When you are perfectly aligned energetically with a clear aura, you can live a life that is your highest good. If the Milky Way were not within me, how could I have seen it or known it? Khalil Gibran. Well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that reminds me of the way that I always say, which I got from the law of attraction coaches. It's not my divine wisdom. This is what I learned from people that I studied with, that your intentions, actions, thoughts, feelings, emotions all have to be in line in order to manifest something. You know, like, for example, like how I always get so annoyed when people tell me that they block somebody, but then they want that person to contact them. It's like, if you block somebody, but you want them to move forward, your energy is like, go away, right? But you want your energy to be, at least you can pull your energy back from somebody, but I wouldn't block them where it's like, no, go away, right? So then you want to have your energy where it's like, I'm thinking I want things to move forward. I'm feeling like things are moving forward. I'm open to things moving forward. I want things to move forward, right? Like everything has got to be in alignment in order for it to happen. Otherwise, it's like block, unblock, block, unblock. Come forward, go away. Come forward, go away. Like that's kind of creates chaos. Okay, chapter 1, what are auras? Okay. The history of auras. Aura means breeze or breath in ancient Greek language and was also the name of the lesser-known Greek Titan goddess. The words used as a name for the part of the energy sheath visible to some adepts. Probably not saying that word right either. Adepts. Outside the physical body came into being around the end of the 19th century. This latter meaning of a sort of halo surrounding the body was made particularly popular by the West, by, here we go again, Theosophists. Theosophy is a school of philosophical thought founded in the late 19th century that focuses on examining the truth of the nature of the world and spirituality. It draws on aspects of wisdom found in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Western esoteric thought. The movement has so many aspects to its practice that it would take another book to fully explore it all. However, for our purposes, we should look at the work of a theosophist. Hang on. Theosophist. Theo, how about that? Called Charles Weber Ledbetter. Ledbetter wrote extensively on the makeup of human energy body, as well as doing some very detailed sketches of his idea of what chakras, energy points in the body, look like. He drew on some ideas from the Indian subcontinent alongside his own experiences in seeing energy after having done a number of meditation practices. This work was then used as the basis of exploration into the subject of the late 1970s by Christopher Hills. The classic seven chakra rainbow colored system that you may be familiar with is a result of the work of Hills did in that decade. We will look into two chakra systems in more detail in chapter 2. Beyond the work of the 19th century Theosophy luminaries, we have little historical literature on auras as we know them today. However, it has been speculated that the halos shown around the heads of religious figures in Christianity could be there to indicate the radiant purity of their auras. Certainly, the spirit or the soul have written about extensively the same, the sum of the ideas that we have that remains after we die can be attributed to the energy body, if not precisely to the aura. I mean, that makes sense that in all those pictures of the saints, we see the halo. The halo does, it could be an aura. That makes sense. I can believe that. Author W.E. Butler wrote in his work, How to Read the Aura, it is said that in the East, the spiritual aura of the Lord Gautama Buddha extended for 200 miles. And they also said that the whole planet is held in aura of a very great being. Could it be that the more spiritually advanced we get, our auras become beacons of radiant joy for the world around us? And then here is a picture of mosaic Christ in the arms of the Virgin Mary that shows the halos around their heads. I can understand that. That makes sense to me. Okay, so I think that we're going to, this video is 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes. I think we're going to leave it here. And then in the next video, I will start with the everything is responsive. So we're up to page 14. Do I have a bookmark? I don't have a bookmark. I'll use that paper. Okay, so we'll take it step by step. I mean, there is definitely energy, right? Like you can feel it. You can feel it when you walk into a room, right? You can tell like if two people have had a fight. You can tell if two people aren't getting along. I was very sensitive to that kind of stuff as a kid, especially when my parents were fighting. I would pick that up like, and I don't know if I was just more sensitive to it, to the energy of it, or to what was happening, but I was very sensitive to it. And the same thing with like rocks and crystals or children, animals. You can kind of sense the energy of the animal. You know, one time I was out for a run and I ran past this house that I ran past a million times. And all of a sudden, it was beautiful. It was a golden, no, it wasn't a golden, it was a German Shepherd. But it was very gold, had a lot of gold in it, had gold eyes. Came running, barking at me, growling. It ran right up to the corner. And I stopped and I was like, hey, who's a pretty boy? I knew it wasn't going to attack me. I was like, he's all bark. I was like, hey, who's a pretty boy? And he stopped and he kind of cocked his head and he looked at me. And then I was like, go over there, go back up to the stoop. He went back up to the stoop. I don't know, maybe he had a electric fence. I don't know. I didn't know. I jogged past that house all the time. I'd never seen the dog before. The next day, same thing. The dog comes running out again. And I was like, hey, you know me. And it stopped and it kind of looked. But I knew that the dog wasn't going to do anything to me. I wasn't afraid of it. I'm generally not really afraid of dogs to begin with. Obviously, I've had dogs my whole life. but it kind of startles you when it comes, like you don't see it and it comes out of nowhere barking at you like that. Um, and you can sense, like, if you've ever felt like somebody was about to do something shady, like I worked in a grocery store, like I could tell when people were going to do shady things. Um, and if somebody's very negative, they have that negative energy that kind of hangs with them. So let's see. I'm curious to see what else this book is going to say, because I think there is something to this. Let's see. We'll see what we get out of this. Alrighty. Thank you all very much for watching. And as always, if you like what we're doing here at the Magic Junk Drawer, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.